It's Friday! That means it's vlog time. Hey, what's up everybody? Tech Chucker here, and it is Friday. Yes, that means it is the weekly Tech Chuckers Brain Blast vlog. All right, we got a lot to talk about. You'll notice I'm not in my car today, and the reason for that is because there's a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to first note we've got a new member of the family. That's right, it's the microphone. Yeah, I decided to upgrade the channel a little bit and see if I couldn't get the audio a little bit better. So let me know in the comments below what you think of the new microphone. What do you think of the audio quality? The best part about this thus far, I won't have to do any processing to this audio once I get all the settings tweaked and whatnot. So hopefully it'll take less time for me to go ahead and get the videos up onto the channel. All right, what's going on this week in news? So I saw some pictures this week, and we will go ahead and post those up. Figuarts is putting out a Justice League Batman figure, and I gotta say, this thing looks amazing. Obviously it's Ben Affleck. This thing looks great. From these couple of pictures, I gotta say, this is probably a must-have. I don't have any Figuarts Batman figures or anything like that. The only Figuarts I have are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love those guys. I may have to get this Batman. It looks amazing. It's so beefy looking. So what do you guys think? Is this a must-have? Is it a pass? I think it's a must-have. I might have to get that one. Also, in action figure news, this is probably not really news so much because people probably have already seen this quite a bit, but folks are seeing the new Guardians of the Galaxy Mantis Wave dropping in their stores lately, and people have been posting up pictures of all the figures that they've been getting. So keep an eye out, check your Walmarts, check your Targets. They should be showing up if they haven't already in your neck of the woods. One other note I will note, in Minnesota, Rochester, I noticed that there was one case of the Homecoming Wave at my Walmart, but it had already been picked through quite a bit. No Moon Knight, pretty much none of the good ones were there, so clearly I missed it. I've been going almost every day, so somebody got the drop on it and picked them up, which is fine. I will likely pick some of those up. The only one that I really want is Moon Knight anyway. We've been seeing a lot of people posting up pictures of the Walmart exclusive Black Panther figure. It's showing up at Walmart as well. So if that's a figure that you're needing, go check your Walmarts and check to see if it's there. I haven't seen it in my town yet, but my guess is it'll be there pretty soon. I have a feeling this one might warm the pegs in my town for a little while, just because I don't know that Black Panther is super popular in my town. Then again, I didn't see much for the Civil War Black Panther figure in my town either. So who knows? It'll probably get snatched up if they don't stock a whole bunch of them. Boy, this is actually going a lot faster than I thought, which is good. We're going to talk about things that I love next because I'm done with all my news. All the news is done. All right, and the first thing in things that I love is it appears as though, according to comicbook.com, there is going to be an HBO series of The Watchmen. Now, a little bit of history for me, the Watchmen comic book is actually the very first comic book that I really actually read. It's what brought me into comics. I read it about probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I was just amazed. I was amazed by the book. It was so cool. And then I went and watched the movie, which again just amazed me. I thought it was so good. It was so accurate to the source material, in my opinion. I mean, yes and no, but I thought it was great. And So if this is true that HBO is looking to do a series for The Watchmen, I couldn't be happier. So what do you guys think? Here's what I know about the show. It's going to be a longer form TV show about The Watchmen, clearly. My guess is it's going to be before what would be the Watchmen movie. So it would be the pre-story of that, which I think would be awesome to kind of see, okay, are they going all the way back to the beginning of The Watchmen, or are they going to go just before the actual movie? My understanding is they're going to not have the same director as was with the movie, which I believe was Zack Snyder. So he's not directing this movie, which I'm fine with. The thing that I really, really want, Jackie Earle Haley. I would love it if he could play Rorschach again. I think he was amazing in the movie. So if they could bring him back. Also, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It would be awesome if he could be the comedian again. I think he embodied that role very, very well. I think it was amazing. And, that would be two of my main must-haves for the show. Other than that, I mean, maybe if they had the same lady who played Silk Spectre, that would be pretty cool as well. But, that's not as big of a deal for me. But those two, Rorschach and the comedian, if they could have the same guys playing those roles, that would be probably the icing on the cake. The one issue that I don't have HBO. I don't actually have cable. What I do have is I have Netflix and I have Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime has had quite a few of the HBO series on their streaming service. So fingers crossed that they'll provide that out for us. I don't have a problem waiting roughly a year after the series, season 1 is done. I don't have a problem with waiting. So I'm crossing my fingers that they actually do this Watchmen series, because I loved the movie. I loved the book. It's what got me into comics. So here's to hoping. What do you guys think? All right, moving on to other things that made me happy and other things that I love. So I stopped by Target the other day. I had zero intentions of actually doing a hunt or buying anything. And I actually wound up I found a Chase. Now, it's Dipper Pines. I have no idea who that guy really is, but it's pretty freaking sweet. I love it when I find a Chase. I love it when I actually see it in store and grab it, as opposed to my previous Chase, which was the Funko Wobbler Batman, which I needed Ricky Dones to point out to me, and I lucked out coming back a couple days later and finding it. So now I've got a total of 1, 2, 3 Chases in my collection of my total 4 Pops. Completely in my collection. I'm not a huge pop collector, but I've decided if I see a Chase, I'm going to grab it. This leads me into what I hate. What I hated about this week. And now I don't want you folks thinking that I'm going to dwell on the things that I hate, but I do need to note one of the things that I hate about this. So, this guy is a glow-in-the-dark Chase. Problem is, he doesn't glow. It doesn't glow at all. So I've had it in my bedroom, and at night I thought, oh, okay, cool. It's in my bedroom. When it's dark, it's going to glow, blah, blah, blah. Nothing glows. So those of you who are pop experts and have had other glow-in-the-dark pops, do they actually glow? What's the deal? I don't know. It just bugged me. Even I was thinking, well, maybe it's just the sticker. Maybe it's just the sticker that glows. Nope. Doesn't glow. So somebody tell me, what's the deal? Do you have Dipper Pines? Does yours glow? Do I need to shake it, or do I need to open it up and snap it like the glow sticks so that the glow stuff mixes it? I'm kidding. But what's the deal? Why doesn't the stupid thing glow? Let me know. Last but not least, the last thing that I hated this week. And this is more of an annoyance. And to preface this, I just want people to know I'm not trying to cause any controversy or be, I don't know what the word would be. So I was at Target the other day, and I was just walking through the toy department like we all do, right? And this lady walks by, and she looks over and sees the Wonder Woman display case, or the display. And right away, she just, her reaction was, ugh. See, now this is the way that women are depicted. And I had to chuckle. Because I looked, and this was the figure, or the doll that she was talking about. It's basically the 10 or 11 inch Barbie Wonder Woman figure. You know, I know that there's been plenty of controversy around Barbie and the diversity within Barbie and the body positivity and claiming that the Barbie is, you know, setting girls up for basically the wrong way to look at their own bodies and whatnot. Now, let's preface this. I have 2 daughters. I want my daughters to be 100% successful in everything that they do. And I don't want anything holding them back, be it because they're a girl or anything. But this one, this just bugged me that this lady was, you know, she had a small child with her, and it was almost as though she was trying to instruct her kid that this is inappropriate. And it got me to thinking about, okay, let's look at this objectively. What might she have a problem with? So I initially took a look. Okay, let's take the actual clothing. Is it too revealing? Now, certainly in comics, lady figures or lady characters are more often than not depicted in very, very skimpy clothing. I've never been a huge fan of comics where the women are basically dressed up in like a string bikini. It just, to me, that's disgusting, and I just don't find it very appealing. I'm not going to buy a comic simply because someone drew a picture of a girl dressed inappropriately, in my view. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy it. I'm actually going to avoid it, most likely. Even the action figures, I try to avoid buying figures. Like most of the Harley Quinn figures, I don't buy. I like the Harley Quinn character, but I won't buy them because I don't feel comfortable having such scantily clad figures up on my shelf. Now, obviously, they're at my work as well, and I need to make sure that I'm not being offensive to other people, and, you know, I'm just not very comfortable with that. This particular doll, you know, she's not wearing a ton of clothing, but she's also not worse than most characters. And I thought, okay, well, maybe that's the issue. The problem is if that were her issue, if it were modesty that was the issue, I look at the mom, and I don't mean to judge this mom, but if that were the case, that it was the modesty issue, she was wearing a tank top that went way down on the neckline. I mean, I could see more of her cleavage than the Wonder Woman doll has at all. It was a lot. And then I look at her shorts, and her shorts are cocked way up. Cocked way up, that's the wrong word, but she had really, really short shorts on. If it was the modesty issue, she was dressed less modestly than the figure or the doll. Can't be that, otherwise she'd be a complete hypocrite. And actually, the doll was more modestly dressed than a lot of the ladies in the store and throughout. I mean, during the summer, ladies are wearing pretty revealing clothes. So if it was the modesty issue, I call BS. I call hypocrite there. Now, if it's the body shape, it is probably the body shape issue. Was this doll unrealistically portraying what society believes women should be or what they should look like? And the problem is if you look at Gal Gadot, who played Wonder Woman, and we'll put both of those pictures up side by side, her body shape is almost the same as the doll. She's extraordinarily slender, very athletic. Yeah, her neck's not nearly as long. She doesn't have a giant bobblehead like a Barbie does. But the thing about it is there are lots of women who are shaped kind of like the dolls that we see. They're athletic. I mean, whenever I go into the gym, one, I'm embarrassed because I look like this, but there are plenty of women that are extraordinarily fit and athletic, and you could make an action figure of them or a doll of them, and it would look a lot like the dolls that we actually see. So I don't know that it is, unless the idea is we shouldn't be showing only physically fit dolls. But the problem is the character is physically fit. Superheroes are physically fit. Are female characters portrayed in an unrealistic fashion and male characters aren't? Well, plenty of superhero males are far beyond what most any of us will ever be able to achieve. Aside from maybe, wrestlers and MMA fighters and whatnot, but a lot of them have attained what appears to be superhero look. I mean, they're in peak physical condition. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. There is nothing wrong with, if you want to achieve that, to go out and attempt to achieve it. It can be done to a certain degree. Now, you can't fly, obviously. And that brings me into the other piece of this of superheroes are not reality. They're not. Nobody should expect that that's reality. We can strive to attain certain aspects of what superheroes bring to us, but usually it's the morals. If, we want to look at, say, Captain America or Wonder Woman, really what we should be looking at is, what is their moral character? Are they good or are they bad? Do they make good choices or bad choices? What they wear and what they look like really should be very, very secondary, if not a tertiary thing to look at. So as a parent, I'm a parent of 2 girls and a boy. I, number one, want my children to focus primarily on what is the moral of the story as opposed to what are they wearing. Now, that does not mean that I won't, or that I will just let my kids watch anything. Now, they haven't watched the Suicide Squad movie. They won't watch most of the Batman movies, the Christopher Nolan, or the Avengers movies until they're a little bit older. And then, because it's more age appropriate, some of it's the violence I don't want them to watch. Some of it might be the language, like Deadpool. If you're concerned that your children are picking up the wrong body image message, maybe they're watching too much TV and movies. So I've gotten a little bit off track here. Backing up to the specific instance, it bugged me. And it probably shouldn't have bugged me, that lady's response. I really felt as though she was unfair to the doll, which is dumb sounding, but she was unfair to the doll, unfair to the character, unfair to the comic medium, and unfair to the fact that reality is there are some women that look like this. Not the bobblehead and whatever, but there are some women that look like this, and it's okay. It's okay for an athletic person to show, this is what I've accomplished. This is my body, and I'm proud of it. I'm athletic. I mean, you look at Gal Gadot, and I would not doubt that she could kick the crap out of me. I am not physically fit. I am not very attractive. And why should she hide from that? Why shouldn't they make dolls like that? Basically they're using a mold, and they've used that same body mold for decades now. Do we really need to have dolls that have every single body type? That's the question. Is it necessary? Or can we simply teach our children that this is a doll, not a representation of what you are supposed to look like or what I am supposed to look like? Can we do that? It is a doll. Clear and simple, just a doll. Not a social commentary, none of that. It's a doll. Alrighty, so this was a little bit deeper than I've ever gone with my vlogs. Some people are gonna not like what I said, and that's okay. And some people are going to agree. Some people are gonna think I didn't go far enough, etc., etc. And that's okay. My intent is not to be offensive. That's why I did not take a picture of the lady, and I'm not naming her. I don't know her name. No one will ever know who it was, and really it's a pretty minor issue that I had, and I wanted to talk about it because it bugged me. And the whole point of this is to talk about what I liked and what I didn't like about the week. And now I can let it go, right? Alrighty, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a slightly longer form vlog than I've ever done. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the hopefully upgraded audio. So until next time, see you guys later.